days after an Israeli airstrike killed 7 aid workers, President Joe Biden is expected to speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And rescuers in Taiwan search for dozens who remain missing while trying to reach hundreds still stranded after the devastating earthquake. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Thursday, April 4th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Taylor. President Joe Biden is set to speak with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the phone today in what's expected to be a very heated conversation. It will be the first call between the two leaders since an Israeli airstrike killed 7 aid workers with the nonprofit World Central Kitchen in Gaza, including a dual U.S.-Canadian citizen. Senior administration officials say the president will express his frustrations over Israel's recent actions amid its war with Hamas and will discuss the need for Israel to better protect humanitarian aid workers and civilians in the territory. Israel has taken responsibility for the attack. Netanyahu said Israeli forces unintentionally struck the workers and Israel will be conducting a swift and transparent investigation. World Central Kitchen, however, has called for an independent and international investigation in what it says was a targeted attack. The organization released a statement saying an independent investigation is the only way to determine the truth of what happened, ensure transparency and accountability for those responsible, and prevent future attacks on humanitarian aid workers. Speaking to reporters on Wednesday, White House National Security spokesman John Kirby replied that it was too soon to speak on any consequences Israel could face, but said that the U.S. is still supporting Israel's right to defend itself against Hamas. Rescue teams in Taiwan are searching for dozens still missing following a deadly 7.4 magnitude earthquake that claimed 9 lives on the island. Taiwan's National Fire Agency reports that more than 600 people are stranded in mountainous and hiking areas and are in contact with rescuers. Officials warn of expected aftershocks lasting until the end of the week. However, rail services have resumed and key businesses like the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, the world's largest computer chip producer, are getting back on track. Wednesday's earthquake was the strongest to strike Taiwan in the last 25 years. A New York judge has denied former President Donald Trump's request to delay his trial over a hush money payment until after the U.S. Supreme Court decides on his presidential immunity claim, saying Trump took too long to bring up this argument. Trump's trial, linked to a $130,000 payment made to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election, is set to begin on April 15th. In his decision Wednesday, Manhattan Judge Juan Merchant called the delay request untimely, noting Trump's team had ample opportunity to raise the immunity issue earlier. Trump's legal team has yet to comment on the judge's ruling. Trump faces 34 felony counts of falsification of business records in the case. Trump is also facing charges in several other criminal cases, including those related to classified documents and election interference, with trials pending in Florida, Washington, D.C., and Georgia. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Disney CEO Bob Iger prevailed Wednesday in his fierce boardroom battle with activist investor Nelson Peltz. Shareholders backed Iger, re-electing the company's full board and denying seats for Peltz and his allies. Iger thanked the shareholders for their trust in the board and said now with the vote behind them, Disney can focus on growth and value creation for shareholders and creative excellence for customers. While Peltz came up on the losing end, his company Trian Partners said it's proud of the impact its campaign for change has had on refocusing Disney's priorities, noting Disney's stock is up approximately 50% over the last 6 months. Word has come from Venezuela that the world's oldest man has died just days shy of his 115th birthday. Guinness World Records announced on Wednesday Juan Vicente Perez Mora passed away after holding the record for more than 2 years. He said at the time he was able to live such a long life thanks to working hard, resting on holidays, going to bed early, and drinking a glass of aguardiente every day and loving God. Perez was born in 1909, was married for 60 years, and had 11 children. 42 grandchildren, and 18 great-grandchildren, and 12 great-great-grandchildren. The search is now underway to verify the next holder of the world's oldest living man record. And finally this morning, we are just days away from the Final Four being played in the NCAA tournaments. And with March Madness games breaking rating records, the question now becomes, is there more room for badness? Well, Fox thinks so. The network has partnered with promoter AEG Worldwide to create the College Basketball Crown, a new 16-team postseason tournament. Teams that did not qualify for the NCAA tournament will be eligible. The inaugural edition will take place next year, March 31st through April 6th in Las Vegas. It will feature teams from the Big Ten, Big 12, and Big East conferences, as well as additional participants chosen by committee. All games will air on Fox and Fox Sports 1. These are your top stories for this Thursday. Unbiased, straight facts. That's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Lauren Taylor. Have a great day.